All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone from all around the world. Welcome to this very exciting edition of Market Insider. I'm your host, Sasi Kumar, and today we'll be diving deep into the world of blockchain technology with a very special focus on a groundbreaking project called Koinos blockchain. Right before I introduce my guest, I would like to give you guys a special announcement. So today we'll be having a giveaway. So during this live stream, we'll be doing a promo code giveaway of Coinos tokens throughout the live stream. There will be two promo codes given. One promo code will be given during the live stream, and another promo code will be given at the end of the live stream. So throughout the live stream, the promo code will appear at the top of the screen. So please do keep an eye out of it. And of course, I'll read out a promo code for you guys as well. All right, so let me dive deep in more into Koinos blockchain. Let me introduce our special guest here. We've got Andrew, the CEO of Koinos Group. So Andrew, maybe could you share a bit more about Koinos Group, what you guys do? And I know you guys are mainnet. So could you share more on that as well?
Yeah, so Koinos Group is the company I started 4 years ago with some of my coworkers at the blockchain we worked on previously, which was the Steam blockchain. And we invented the Koinos blockchain and released that on mainnet on November the 5th, 2022. And we've been running ever since. And now we build software to help other people take advantage of the Koinos blockchain.
Nice. And are you guys really listed on Coinstore? If I'm not wrong, you guys are, right?
Yeah, yes, we're listed on Coinstore.
Okay, so for everyone watching, while you guys are watching this stream as well, go take a look at the chart. I'm pretty sure there's some nice price action there, and do obviously give put a little bit of money into the chart as well, and obviously do have some trust in projects listed on Coinstore and especially Coinos blockchain. So maybe Andrew, can I just ask you what exactly is Coinos blockchain? And maybe another question along with that. What inspired the creation of Coinos blockchain as well?
Yeah, so really what differentiates Koinos from other blockchains is that it's free to use. It doesn't have any gas fees, and
Oh,
people can begin using the blockchain without having to acquire any tokens at all. And building a blockchain that had that capability was what motivated us to build Koinos. Like I said before, we had worked on another blockchain called the Steam blockchain. That's with two E's. It was the first social blockchain, and it didn't have fees. At one point, it had the third highest market cap of any cryptocurrency in the world. It was processing more transactions per day than every other blockchain in the world combined. It had a 2 billion, an almost $2 billion market cap. And that was all because it didn't have gas fees, but it also had a lot of limitations. It didn't have smart contracts. You still had to buy accounts, and you still had to acquire tokens and then stake those tokens in order to use the blockchain. So when we left that project, we said, this is an opportunity to start over. We didn't architect that blockchain. We just built it, maintained it, and upgraded it. And we can start over and we could build a blockchain that's not just that doesn't just not have gas fees. You don't have to buy accounts. You don't even have to acquire tokens. And developers can get smart contracts. So they can program the blockchain to do whatever they can imagine. And so you wind up getting a blockchain that's really great for both developers who can create smart contracts and program in the programming languages that they already know, but it's also great for entrepreneurs who want to take advantage of this technology, but found too many barriers and limitations in what we call gas based chains like Ethereum, and even Solana still has gas fees.
yeah. Honestly, I think building a mainnet by itself it's a huge task, and you guys have done one without gas fees. So honestly, congratulations on that. And I think you guys will make it fine. This obviously this crypto world, and everything we are doing now is obviously trying to get out of the gas fees because gas fees can be pretty damn high sometimes. So honestly, congrats on that. I've got to ask this question. How many people actually is it hard to build on Koinos for new projects?
It's pretty darn easy because we have TypeScript smart contracts, which are accessible to even JavaScript developers. And in fact, our one of our core focuses for this year is to make Koinos the easiest blockchain to develop on in the entire world. It's already very, very accessible thanks to those TypeScript smart contracts. And also, not having gas fees
Mm.
actually makes it a lot easier to develop on because building on blockchains. Sorry, I've got some sirens going by. One of the things that makes building on blockchains difficult is working around the gas fees and
Yeah.
minimizing the gas fees and obfuscating them away. So between the TypeScript smart contract and the Mana system, which makes it free to use, it makes it very accessible. But like I said, we're absolutely focused on making it even easier. And in fact, by the end of 2024, we're committed to ensuring that Koinos is the best has the best developer experience of any blockchain in the world, and we're confident we can deliver on that because of the underlying design, because we've got some cheat codes with the Mana system, with the TypeScript smart contracts, and a few other things. But you asked about my company. We released the blockchain. Now what we're working on is what we call Koinos Pro,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically a developer facing product that's all about lowering those barriers for developers specifically so that they can build great apps, they can build them fast, and they can start making money. We really want to empower developers to turn their passions into their livelihoods.
Nice. Honestly, and for everyone watching here right now, I think you guys heard it. You guys heard it firsthand. It's easy to build on Coinos. There's no gas fees as well. So there's the limitations, the barriers are all very low. So I think you guys should start. Anyone who's interested in developing something, please, Coinos is there for your take as well.
And
I've got another question. Yeah. Go
so I
ahead,
was
go
just
ahead.
going to say, and if for anyone building on Koinos, Koinos Group is available to you. This is one thing that we're very committed to, and I think is something you're not going to get anywhere else. If you want to build on Koinos, you can DM me and I will put you in contact with the right people. I will answer your questions, and we will help you build your application. But what you'll also find if you come to our community is that there are lots of great developers and community members, all of whom will help you build your application. So yeah, we're here to help for sure. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries, no worries. I think like you said, service is the number one most important thing out there. If you can offer the service and you can offer something great, everyone's gonna come to you, and everyone should go to you as well. Okay.
And make it cheap. And you
Yeah.
don't get cheaper than free.
All right. The other thing, I heard you saying a couple of times about mana system. I'm pretty intrigued by that. What exactly is the mana system, and how does Coinos mana system benefit the developers and users as well?
Yeah, so we called it the Mana system because when we were designing Koinos, we wanted to give it a user experience that felt very much like a video game.
Mm-hmm.
For people who play games, very often you get a mana bar or a health bar. And so when you start the game, your mana bar is full. And then as you play the game and you do stuff, the mana bar goes down, but it can also recharge. And so that's how you use Koinos. Instead of paying gas fees all the time, you hold coin. That's coin with a K. That's the currency of Koinos. You hold the coin, and that coin contains mana,
Mm.
and that it's that mana that gets consumed as you use the blockchain, but it also regenerates over time. So if I have 100 coin, you can imagine a mana bar with the number 100,
Yeah.
and now I can just use the blockchain. And as I use it, that mana goes down, but I'm not losing my coin.
Mm,
I'm not losing my coin, right? And if I stop using the blockchain, the mana regenerates. So
mm,
I can use the blockchain forever. Now, I did need to hold the coin, but Koinos has another important feature called mana sharing, which enables people, specifically developers, to share their mana with other users.
mm.
So now I can share my mana with you. If I'm a developer, I can hold 1,000 mana and then spread it out amongst my users so that they can use the blockchain for free. And I'm not losing any money.
Yeah,
And that mana is going to regenerate. So as my users use my app, it goes down. But then when they stop, it goes back up. And so the developer wins because they're not losing any money by letting their users um, use the app, and the users are winning because they're getting a fantastic user experience and they're being onboarded into blockchain. You don't even need to tell them they're using the blockchain if you don't want to. And so this is very important because what we want to do is spread blockchain adoption, maximize decentralization, get it into people's hands. And we're convinced, and going back to why we did this in the first place, we're convinced that that is the user experience that you have to deliver in order to achieve mainstream adoption. It has to be so seamless and so pleasurable that people don't even know that they're using the blockchain.
yeah.
And so,
I
sorry, that's did I answer your question?
No, no, you did. I mean, I like the way you use the mana system. I think it's like basically it's in other words a game. You know, I'm pretty sure all of us who are watching this stream now in the 20s or 30s, you know, our age, we would have played games before, and we would have come across some game who would have used energy and all this sort of stuff. You know, like mana system. You know, so you know, and this pretty much is about the same system as the game, which you know makes it so easy to understand and so easy to use as well. So you know, I'm not too sure how hard or how you guys managed to build a system like this, but I think you know it's a very great system. Is there any particular amount of coins like you said a user or developer must hold for the mana system?
No. Well, and to answer your question, to answer your question as to how we built it. So we did experiment with this mechanism on the Steam blockchain, and Steam is still running, and it forked into a blockchain called Hive, and that's still running. Um, and the largest code contributor to both of those blockchains, even still to this day, is a guy named Michael Vanderberg, who's my chief information officer. He's the architect of Koinos, and he worked on Steam for 4 years. So we know blockchain development. We've done it before. We're one of the most experienced teams in the world. And my CTO, Steve Gerbino, worked with Michael on the Steam blockchain. And so we knew intimately how to build blockchains. And we had cataloged a list of everything we would change if we could start over, everything we would do differently. And so when we left that project, we saw it as our opportunity. We were employees. Now we had the chance to start over, start from scratch. And, you know, it took a long time. It took three, two, geez, my God, it's late here. You got to forgive me, but two or
Yeah,
three
yeah.
years to build it. It took a long time. But yeah, we have a lot of experience. That's how we did it. Sorry,
Right.
what was your question?
No, I think someone answered my question as well. I was asking. Yeah, no, I think you answered my question. Yeah. I would like to go a little bit more into, you know, now I feel like we should take a small break to go into the giveaway section for all the users watching. So, you know, right before asking the next question, I will now actually have a promo code, which will be shown at the top of everyone's screen. So please make sure you have downloaded our Coinstore app and registered an account so you can claim some free Coinos token. You know, all this is going to be pretty useful in your development of your future blockchain project. Okay, so I will read out a promo code as promised as well. So the promo code now is CRWAJ 8P7. So I hope it's first come first serve. So I hope the fastest fingers actually won that, and I'll give you guys maybe 5 to 10 seconds, and we'll continue right after 5 seconds. All right. I think someone would have gotten that by now. So congrats to those who actually got that. Okay. I think we actually understood quite a bit about why Coinos was created, why Coinos blockchain was created, and especially how. I think Andrew actually went dive deep into the history of Coinos, starting from Steam, Hive, and now Coinos, and obviously trying to make everything better for the future of the blockchain technology system in a way. And obviously everyone's going to build on the Coinos blockchain is going to have basically not pay any gas fees. I think that's the huge one of the biggest beneficial part of building a blockchain project, I would say. So now I would like to go into the very interesting part about I would say the fundamentals are pretty big in crypto. I think you heard of Bitcoin ETFs, all these things coming out in the past few weeks, Ethereum, hard fork, all these are fundamentals to see price increase, to see different sort of things that are happening with a project. So maybe I'd like to talk a little bit more about what Coinos fundamentals are, and obviously the future development and plans for Coinos blockchain.
Yeah. So as the coin token,
Mm,
again, that's coin with a K. It serves two functions within the Koinos ecosystem. The first, as we discussed, is the mana system, and you asked whether there was a specific amount of mana or coin that you needed to hold, and the
yeah,
answer to that is no. You could hold 2 coin, or you could hold 10 coin. Now, the amount of coin you'll need will depend on what you need to do. So a transfer might cost zero point 0.5 mana, but if demand spikes, the cost might go up. It might be 2 mana, and so you would need 2 coin. And so it's a market mechanism. The more demand there is for the network's resources, the more mana you need, the more coin you need.
yeah,
So there's demand for coin, in that the more resources you want to consume, and the more resources everyone wants to consume, the more coin you'll need to hold. So if you're a developer who's wanting to build on Koinos and see building something very big that's going to require a lot of resources, you want to you want to acquire your tokens before the price gets high,
yeah,
because that's going to make it more costly. The other use case for coin is through mining. So one of the things that we wanted to do was make mining accessible to everyone, but also make it really efficient. So we couldn't do proof of work, otherwise it would be very costly and inefficient, and you wouldn't be able to run the software on your own. But also, there are some problems that we saw with proof of stake. And so we developed a novel consensus algorithm called proof of burn. And the way that proof of burn works is you don't stake your tokens. You also don't mine with hardware like Bitcoin, but instead you take that coin that you could use to use the network for free, and you literally destroy it, decreasing the token supply, actually lowering the supply
okay,
of coin tokens. And the more you burn, the more virtual hash power you get. And now, with that virtual hash power, you can run the network, you can produce blocks, and you can actually earn newly created coin tokens. So, so right, there are these two use cases for coin. It's, I want to use the network, or I'm a developer and I want my users to be able to use the network, or I want to earn yield by producing blocks and by running the network, But note that you can't do both with the same tokens, because you either have to burn it, in which case you don't have the mana anymore, or you can use it. You can use the network. Those tokens get locked as you use the network, but then they get unlocked. That's what allows for the regeneration. But when they're locked, you can't burn them, and so you can't produce blocks with them. So you're forced, the user is forced to choose: do I burn, and earn, or
Yeah.
do I use the network for free?
Yeah, I think I know when you just said that something popped up in my mind. I think it's a strategy from now on. Especially every token has a price to it. Like you said, the demand once the demand increases, for to use the resources, the more token is needed has mana. Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, yeah, we're trying to make a platform that is as useful as possible, that developers love using, that users love using. But of course, in order to meet the demands of users and the demands of developers, the technology has to be scalable. It has to be
Yeah.
sustainable. And so the token economic design was very carefully constructed so as to ensure that the whole system remains sustainable. Because if you imagine, tons of applications, tons of users, but it's not becoming more costly to use it, well, what's the incentive to upgrade it? What's the incentive to scale it? What's the incentive to invest in building on this thing? And I'd like to go back and just highlight this really important thing that separates us. That one of the ways you can think about Koinos is much more like real estate. Now imagine you're a developer and you're building on Ethereum. Um, you don't own a section of Ethereum. You don't really benefit when Ethereum benefits. In fact, you are losing your ether as you use the blockchain. You're either paying your users costs or you're paying whatever. You're not really invested in Ethereum. You have to buy your bag over here and hope that you don't have to spend it down.
Yeah.
With Koinos, I'm a developer. I buy 1,000 coin, and I'm using the mana myself. I'm letting my users use the mana. My goal is to build a great app, get usage of coin up. I'm not losing any coin while I do this. So it's like I own a section of the network, and now my job is to make that section and make the network as a whole more valuable, because I'm a stakeholder. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. I know because I like to speak a little bit more about the price, because I know from an exchange perspective, a lot of our users come aboard. They actually obviously look into the fundamentals of the project, but other thing they look into is obviously the price of the project, the price of the token. So as you guys know, now you guys know understand that if more people are actually looking into it, and I know Coinos will be one of the projects to look out for in 2024. You guys should start buying Koinos tokens early on into the year. So now you guys should start buying. End of the year, obviously, if you see a price increase, that's going to be a huge benefit for you as well. So I think we're getting little bit more inside information, about Koinos and roughly how it works. And let's put into a strategy. So I've got a next question actually, Andrew. I would like to take maybe let's take a step back into 2023. Could you maybe elaborate on any milestones that Coiners achieved? In particular, actually, is the launch of its mainnet and the implementations of the decentralized governance and the mana system. Can you share elaborate more on the milestones?
Oh my gosh, 2023, it was so long. That's a whole year in crypto.
Maybe just the main key points. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, well, as you said, we ended 2022 by launching the mainnet. And I think the main thing, one of the things that a lot of people don't appreciate or understand about Koinos is that it's truly decentralized. Um,
Yep.
all coin tokens were created through proof of work mining, just like Bitcoin. And when we launched the mainnet, you talked about the mana system. Honestly, the mana system was one of the least difficult things for us to
Okay.
build. Um, there's also the on-chain decentralized governance system. There's the proof of burn consensus algorithm. Um, and so when we launched mainnet and with proof of burn, which is highly decentralized. So our
Mm-hmm.
previous blockchain, Steam, and many other blockchains still to this day use something called delegated proof of stake, where they have maybe 20 or 30 validators. Proof of burn is more like proof of work. There's an unlimited number of potential block producers, and I think now we're at over 70. But the point is, we don't control it. We don't appoint people. There's no voting. You have to burn your tokens, and people burned, and people ran the network. And so from day one, we were decentralized. And there was no VC funding of the mainnet, no VC funding of mainnet. There were no insiders, so there was no ICO, right? And this is important because it means everybody is on an even playing field. If,
Yep.
if I come into the Koinos ecosystem today, I'm on just the same equal footing as somebody who joined a year ago or 2 years ago. In fact, I'm taking on less risk because those
Mm.
people were around at a very risky time. Um,
Yep.
so all of this is to say that there's no foundation, there's no ICO money that we just use to spend on stupid crap like a mobile phone or whatever. Everything has to be bootstrapped. Everything has to be community run. And so, coming back to 2023, what I think the most important milestones aren't really anything we did, because we spent 2023 building Koinos Pro, which is actually going to be released in very soon. I'll say very, very soon. Um, and then what happened in 2023 is that the community really stepped up and released many applications. Web wallet, decentralized exchange. CoinDX is a decentralized exchange running on Koinos. Coin City is a token launch pad. Great. You could launch a token today and it would have no gas fees.
Oh.
you, yeah, you could do it in minutes. You could do it in it. It's an easy,
Yeah.
few clicks and you've got your own token. People have launched Bitcoin with a K,
Mhm.
Dogecoin with a K. There are all kinds of meme coins
Yeah.
now. There's collection marketplace. This is an NFT marketplace on Koinos. So, despite being the first year of operation, despite the fact that there was no ICO, no VC funding, we had just incredible DApp development. And that's a testament to our amazing community, and of course the valuable features in Koinos that make it accessible and easy to use. I mean, we have so many meme coins. It's at first it was a bit much, but then we were like, you know what, we
It's
we
fine.
we 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 made yeah, it's funny, and that's how easy we've made it to build on this, that people can have fun, use their imaginations, and play around with digital currency. I mean, that's what it was all about for me. That's what got me into this, and I think that's what motivates us all, is that freedom, financial freedom, isn't just about, to us, it's not just about getting to choose between the Federal Reserve or whatever your country's currency is and Bitcoin or Ethereum. True freedom is the ability to create your own.
Yep.
Why should you be left out? You know?
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. Freedom obviously in some countries there'll be more freedom than the others, but this is where the digital side of things comes about. You're supposed to get freedom in a digital world, and that's what you're giving to the users as well. So that's the right thing to do. You said something about earlier on. You said something about Coinos Pro. Is that something you can share about now?
Uh, sure, I can. To be honest, Koinos
Yeah.
Pro isn't something that's going to be interesting to most people. It's a very developer focused product. It's really just about making it easier and easier and easier to develop applications on Koinos. So the ordinary person isn't going to be interested in it, but what you want to know about it is probably just that it's key to making Koinos a great blockchain to
Yeah.
build on. Blockchains that you could have the best features in the world built into the blockchain, but that doesn't make it easy to use. You need to provide a lot of stuff on top of the blockchain in order to really make it accessible. And so, and it needs to be a revenue generating business in order to be sustainable over the long run. And that's really what Koinos Pro is for us. It was about, we were committed to building a business on top of a truly decentralized open source blockchain, but building a business, a revenue generating business that was sustainable, that made money the better Koinos did. And so that's where Koinos Pro comes in. It's what's called an API endpoint. It's basically, for Ethereum, there's Infura. Infura is like arguably one of the biggest businesses on Ethereum. And so, we're all about, how do we do things sustainably? How do we do things the right way? How do we build a business here that doesn't take away opportunities from developers, that doesn't decrease decentralization or increase centralization, and that will enable us to keep working on Koinos and keep making it better and better, because we love Koinos more than any other blockchain in the world, and we just want to work on it for the rest of our lives. And so that's really where Koinos Pro comes in.
All right. Perfect. I think you said Coinstore Pro is more for the developers, for something the developers to look out for. You do have anything for the users? What are the key developments and launches planned for Coinstore in 2024? And obviously, how does it contribute to the platform's growth?
Yeah, so in 2024, I mean, look, we've got lots of great DApps for users to play around with now.
Yeah.
There's a game called Space Striker. If you go to planetcoinos.com, you can play a fun game where you can earn coin and you don't have to have a wallet or pay or any tokens to start. So there's already tons of stuff for users to do, and the plan for 2024 is to continue working with app developers and game developers. I think we'd really like to get a flagship game on Koinos. We think games are really great, are really great fit for Koinos. But the truth is, you know, we want to support entrepreneurs and developers who want to build on Koinos. And we think that the best thing we can do for users, for any kind of group you can imagine, is to just focus relentlessly on helping entrepreneurs and developers. And I think a lot of people are used to a very top-down approach within blockchains. They want there to be a foundation. They want there to be one organization with a large treasury that is making promises and making decisions. But that hasn't worked in the past. It's tempting to believe that that gets you results, but I'll tell you what we believe gets you results: an amazing product with a killer feature like being free to use, and then just relentless support for the people who actually build things. And that's developers and entrepreneurs. So we've got a great protocol that's now been live for a year. It's rock steady, 100% uptime. It's we're now a year into its life, so it's much less risky. We've got much better tooling. We've got an amazing community. We've got amazing developers already building. And throughout this year, it's just going to get easier and easier and easier to develop on Koinos until by the end of the year, it's going to be by far the easiest blockchain for developers to build on. And so to be honest, I can't tell you what's going to be built on Koinos in 2024 because I don't know. Because and that's what excites us, and that's what excites, I think, the Koinos community is all the things that will be built that we can't think of and we can't imagine, but some
Yeah,
entrepreneur out there, some developer is thinking about that, and we want to work with them and empower them to make their vision a reality.
nice. Honestly, I think it's a very great thing, and I am going to look out for Coiners blockchain in 2024. I think like what you have just said, all the fundamentals, the hows, the whats, and the why it was created. It all makes sense, and I think what intrigued me one the most was it's gas fee free. That's a very great thing. Andrew, I think we had a very great and eventful sharing session. Is there any last things, last minute heart burning stuff you want to say?
I always forget some app
Mm,
that's building on Koinos that deserves to be mentioned. So I would just say go to Koinos.io,
yeah,
um, and look at the apps. There's a list of all the apps, and join the Telegram community, the Discord community, and just look at all of the great DApps. I'm in this really privileged position of just being able to say, you know what, don't care about my product, don't care about me. Go look at the developers, the apps that are being built. There's now more than I can keep track of, and these are apps that are innovating on a gas-free blockchain. From the moment they launch, they don't have gas fees, right?
yeah,
So they're already innovating, they're already delivering unique user experiences, um, and yeah, there's nothing like even just doing a simple token transfer and seeing no fee, just
yeah. That's
seeing
perfect.
it's really like, even for me, the first time I did it for real on mainnet, I was like, wow, that's amazing. That's even better. That's even better than I imagined. All the smart contract stuff. It's not just token transfers. A lot of blockchains, they have, this is free, this is kind of free, but this isn't free, and it really destroys the user experience. But
Yeah,
when it's all just mana, and you see that mana like in the Condor web wallet, which is a great web wallet. They got this nice little mana orb, and you can see it go down, and then it goes back up, and it's like your brain doesn't get it. You're like, I just got free gas, I guess. It's really an amazing experience. So yeah, just Koinos.io. Check out the apps. There's a lot of amazing stuff going on, and I've no doubt that 2024 is going to be on. It's hard to even imagine what 2024 is going to be like. 2023 was a bear market.
yeah. Honestly, yeah. I mean, that's the great thing. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to do well, but yeah, like I said, I'll be keeping an eye out for Coiners. Yeah. All right.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the interview.
All right, for last time, I'll keep my promise and I'll do a second giveaway for Coinos tokens. So we have now reached the end of the live stream. So before we say our farewells, I would like to give out the second promo code for our live stream, and right now it will appear at the top of your screen. So again, I'm going to reiterate. Please make sure you download our Coinstore app. register an account, and claim the giveaway. So the promo code, I'll read it out. It's 2E048SOM. So that's the promo code. I hope someone has claimed it. And once again, I will really like to give a special shout out to Andrew, the CEO of Koinos Group, for taking his time. I'm pretty sure it's at night in the States for you. So I'm pretty sure you're tired. I appreciate your time and thanks for coming on board Coinstore's live.
My pleasure. Good chatting.
All right. Once again, my name is Sasikuma, and yep, thank you for watching, guys. We hope to see you guys again in the future for future market insiders. Thank you.